So we're going to be doing the character of Baby from Five Nights at Freddy's. So we're going to be using the colors orange, red, green, and purple. And of course with a white base out of black outlines at the very end. So first of all, I'm going to start with sketching the design on our model's face. Pencil I'm using is just a flesh-toned lip pencil. It's very soft, and if we make any mistakes, it's really easy to erase. The main thing about Baby is she's got big, huge eyes, so we're gonna do it over closed eyes so we can paint those eyes in. We've mapped out the look now of Baby. So the next step is we're gonna do a white base, and all the makeup products that we're using today are water-based body paints. Instead of painting it on with the sponge, do a stippling action like this, and you'll get a lot more coverage quicker. And when you're going over the eyelid, make sure they keep their eyes shut just until it dries. I'm just gonna go back with the pencil and just bring back that line we did so we can see better. But it was still important to do it first because you don't want to be doing sketch lines all over the white face. So I'm just going in and getting some white on the brush. I'm going to put it over our model's mouth. Sometimes it's good with a brush to get in the sort of the eye area. I'm going in with a bit of gray eyeshadow on a fluffy brush because we're going to do the shading where the black is going to be. Shading's important because it'll make something look 3D. Because we really just want a bit of depth underneath the black lines. A good tip when you're face painting is once you've got your base down, work from stuff at the top of the face down, because sometimes if you work at the bottom, you'll smudge it because then you'll lean your hand on it. So I'm gonna go onto Baby's purple eyebrows now. I'm using a small synthetic brush. And when you're putting your brush in the paints, you want to get a nice consistency, a bit like melted butter. Sometimes you need to do a few layers just to get the color that you want. So now we're going to move on to Baby's green eyes, and I'm going to start with a light green. I'm just going to work in a dabbing motion and sort of let that dry. So now I'm going to go in with a darker green. It's always good to sort of have two shades of the same color because you can create more depth with a deeper tone. And just with a darker green, I'm going to get a tiny little brush. And we're using this to sort of create a little bit of depth in the color of Baby's pupils. Okay, we're going to move to Baby's nose now. And we can come in with some white at the end to make highlights, so it's not just a flat red nose. Okay, now we're going to go with cheeks. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of orange at the top to do Baby's hair. Okay, now I'm gonna do the black outline, which is probably one of the most important parts of the whole makeup. I'm gonna use, again, a synthetic painting brush with a nice pointy tip. The best thing to do to get a nice straight line is make sure the consistency of the paint is nice and flowing. And don't be afraid to lean on someone's face a little bit with your pinky just to maintain stability. Now I'm just following the guidelines that we drew earlier. Because Baby's face is all in segments, you can round off the edges. They don't have to be perfect. Just getting a smaller paintbrush to do detailed bits around the eye areas. Just switching brushes now to do Baby's teeth, getting a little pointy synthetic brush. Baby's got small teeth, and they're parted as well, so you can have a bit of a black space in between them, and that's part of what makes her creepy. Black is like the last color you do, because the black is what's gonna really give definition to everything. Just filling in the rest of the mouth, her teeth don't go all the way to the end. Now the last thing we're gonna do is go in with our white now that everything's dried, and we're gonna do little points of highlight. Again, a nice, thick, creamy consistency. There we go. So this is a complete look. You can try it at home. You can always use orange body paint in the hair as well if you wanted to keep painting over your hair, or you can use orange hairspray as well if you wanted to get baby's orange hair too.